all the good people out there. My bad mute button was hit. My people, it's good to see you guys, man. Really, really, really good to see you guys, man. Really, really happy to see you. Good to see you guys, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Hold on, let me bring my broski on right quick. Boom.
Boom,
Jake.
dude. What's going on? What's going on?
Merrill. What's up, Jake?
What's
What's
going
going
on,
on?
man? How are you doing?
Man, chilling like a villain, bro. How you
I
doing?
love
How
it.
you feeling? What you
Good,
up to,
dude.
man?
I'm good, man. Just hanging, dude. Like excited as can be, man. Like I'm stoked right now. Like I'm just so pumped up, dude. Like I was
Yeah, man.
hoping for some good news. I've been, we've been waiting
Yeah,
on like so many different people, like as far as recruiting wise.
definitely.
So, man, I'm stoked, dude. And what's up, everybody in the chat? How you guys doing? What's going
Man, what's up
on?
to everybody? Who all we got up in
Um,
here, Jake, man? Let's see.
dude, a
From the
bunch.
top, Jake. Shout out to B family. What's up, B family? How you doing, bro? Good to see you, man. My broski, my bro Bear. You already know, Bear. What's going on with your boy? How you doing, man? Who else we got, man? LA, what's up with you, man? How you doing? Megan is in here. What's up, Megan? How you doing? It's good to see you, Megan. Johnny Parker's in the house. What's up, Johnny? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, my broski. Matt Arms is in the house. What's up, Matt? How you doing, man? The brother K Spray one himself. Shout out to the AAA as always. Shout out to my broski coach Smook as always. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Piano Man. Love that boy Piano Man, man. Shout out to the AAA, like I said, and my broski Piano Man. Shout out to Dalvin Thomas. I'm gonna say Dalvin Damn Tomlinson. I'm bugging out.
Love
Davin,
it.
what's going on, man? Davin Jones in here, man. What's up, DJ? How you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Shout out to Roll Tide to Loop I4 Bama. I like that name, man. Roll Tide to you, brother. How you doing? My broski Buck is in the house. What's up, Buck? How you been, man? Hope everything be going good for you, bro. Good to see you, man. Shout out to my brother. Shout out to I brother. Shout out to B Sharp. My bro Brinsky, man. Brinsky. Bro, what's up with you, man? How you doing? How you feeling? Good to see you, man. Everybody tap in with B Sharp, man. One hell of a podcast, man. Shout out to my brother Brinsky, man. Always bringing the fire for sure, for sure. Car conversations. So good to see you. So good to see you in here, man. Hadn't seen you in a while. Really, 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 really good to see you, Car Conversations. Thank you for tapping in with me. I appreciate you. Can you hear? Y'all can't hear me? You can't hear me? Can you hear me? Is it
Yeah,
good?
you
Oh,
sound good to me, man. It was earlier though. Did it
oh
because
yeah, 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 yeah,
there's
yeah.
on
My
mute, but
bad, my
yeah,
bad.
you're good now. All good.
B family, what's up with you, man? My brother Adam Lamperillo is in the house, man. What's up, Adam? How you doing, man? Good to see you up in here, bro. Appreciate you. BZG, the boss, 251. What's up, my broski? How you doing? Good to see you in here, brother. Thank you for tapping in, man. Who else we got, man? Zachary's in here. What's up, Zachary? How you
What's up,
doing,
man?
brother? Good evening, man. Good to see you, bro. Anitra's in here. What's up, Anitra? How you
Woo.
doing? Good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a while. Good to see you, girl. Good to see you in here, man. Thank you guys for tapping in with me. I really, really, really appreciate it, man. You know what I'm saying? I guess Bama ain't dead, guys. I guess Bama isn't dead, right?
That's
You
right.
know, we got Auntie Janet is in here. Janet Forsyth. Janet,
Love it.
what's up with
Love
you,
it.
girl?
Hey,
How you
Auntie
doing,
J.
Janet? It's so good to see you, Janet, man. I'm so glad you tapped in. We appreciate you. Davin said Meryl looks like he in the Sopranos scene.
Dude, you guys like this background? You know why I picked it, right? Like, so for my new channel, right? If you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out. You can
At the
search me.
tone.
Yeah, hit the tone, baby. Alabama and college football talk.
Yes.
Which I'm gonna get a video out this evening, so it'll be fun. Um, but with my new channel, right? Like the workshop, because you know what? To set the tone, you got to start in the workshop, baby. You got to start in the workshop all day, right?
Right.
That's why we got this back in there, because we're
It's a
doing
whole
something
entire
fun, man. You thought it was my
man.
house. You
Listen,
like that, right? It's good, huh? It's a good background.
Jake has a fire background to go with a fire stash and a
Dude,
one hell of a fire tone,
truly
bro.
fire.
Set the tone, bro. Everybody
Yeah.
tap in with Jake. Please tap in with Set the Tone Sports Talk, man. Tap in with it, man. Jay's channel gonna bring the fire as you already know he is. Shout out to Janet though. Shout out to Auntie Janet. So good to see you, Janet. Car Conversations. My brother Lynn is in here. What's up, Lynn? Lynn Shantyfeld, Roll Tide to Lynn. Good to see you in here, Lynn, man. Roll Tide to you, brother. I guess Bama ain't dead, Lynn. I guess Bama's not dead, right? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Carla Bailey. Shout out to my sisters. Good to see you, Carla. Thank you for tapping in with me. Really, really, really good to see you in here, man. K Spray One, Piano Man, Mad Farms. What's up, Mary J? How you doing, man? Good to see you, Mary. Good to see you in here. Shout out to the AAA as usual. Shout out to my broski Coach Smoot, man, who always digging in the dirt, pulling out these bones that ain't nobody else got but Smokey. Smokey, my brother got it, man. And I be knowing before all y'all because he tell me. Now what's up? You know what I'm saying?
I love it, man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my brother Moon Rocker. Moon Rocker, what up with your boy? What up with your boy? You been in that gym? I see Moon Rocker. You putting the pressure on me, bro. You putting the pressure on me, Moon Rocker, man. Shout out to Ephraim. OG Ephraim is in the house, man. Good to see you, man. Yes, without a shadow of a doubt, man. Thank you guys for tapping in, man. I really appreciate you. Just want to talk a little Bama football. Me and Jake ain't gonna worry you long. Wanted to give you guys some good news, man. Want to give you guys some really, really good news. And the good news is Bama ain't dead, right? Shout out to Jason. The homie Jason is in here. HOF Hall of Fame college football with Jason and the coach. Love that boy Jason, man. If you guys want some real content, no filter, right? I call Jason the Oklahoma Coach Smook. That's what I call Jason. Because you can keep it real on his channel.
Jason's knowledgeable, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Jason knows his stuff. Jason, long time.
Facts,
he
man.
Did a lot of stuff, man, for high school, college football reporting. He knows a lot. I mean, you guys got to definitely just check out his channel in general, just from the informational standpoint, even if you're not an Oklahoma fan. You know, like I like Oklahoma. I mean, it's interesting with their staff, but in general, though, you know, I should be on. Might be in with him tomorrow morning because I know I'll be on another stream with Fanatic in the morning. Fanatic Sports. It's going to be fun, but yeah, no, Jason does a good job.
He does, bro. Tap in with Jason, man. Shout out to the brother Jason. Always do one hell of a job. You know what I mean? Definitely tap in with the broski. Chat ever. That is freaking awesome. Kill Tech. Thank you, bro. You are absolutely awesome. Why it will not show? What the hell is it doing?
Are you going on? Is Sean frozen, everybody?
Am I frozen? Am I frozen?
I don't know if it was me or you. It's hard. It's when you're on a stream, you don't know who's like freezing, who's not freezing. You know, you don't know if it's your internet or my internet or what the hell, but it's all good.
I hope I'm not freezing. Yeah, my AT&T been tripping here lately. I don't know what's been going on with it, man. Shout out to Kill Tech with the $20 super chat. Been some great recruiting going on. Coach K, amazing. Keep up the great work, guys, on the content. Thank you, Kill Tag 9. Much love and much appreciated with you, brother. Thank you. Roll Tide to you, brother. We all appreciate you for that, man. That's a whole fact, man. Dwight's the good name for Coach Son. Subscribe. Yeah, Dwight. Hey, get that love to Dwight. Dwight was the first to come up with that, man. I give him all the praise for that, man. Dwight was at the forefront of that. You know what I mean? So I give all that love to him. You know what I'm saying? Built the ass nation, beat to it. That was all Dwight. Trust me. He was the first to pop that on, and it just stuck. You know what I'm saying? Antoine in the house. What up, Twan? What's going on with you, bro? My drip brother. Antoine is in the house doing this thing. What's going on with you, Antoine? How you doing? Good to see you, bro. Y2 Bama, what's going on with you, bro? Good to see you, man. Thank you guys for tapping in, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. We're not gonna worry you long, but me and Jake wanted to tell you guys, man, Alabama's not dead. Shout out to my brother Dwight, man. Alabama not dead, Dwight. The haters. I don't know if you guys remember that scene with Cuba Gooding Jr. and Boys in the Hood where he went to see Brandy, right? And I don't know what the hell was wrong with Cuba, but he had a moment where he was whipping the air's ass, right? He was just whipping the air's ass, right? That's how the Tennessee fans and the haters are all doing right now. They mad, bro. Twitter been going crazy. They big mad. So, Jake, this is what we're gonna get into first, man. Let's talk about this kid, Jake. Jake, talk to me about Dawson Merritt. Dawson Merritt, man. I seen the 6'3", 218 out of Blue Valley High School,
Mhm.
Stillwell, Kansas, right? I watched this kid film, Jake, and
Yeah.
he eerily looks like Noah to me, Ebony's
Mhm.
son. Man,
Yeah.
they high school film look identical, bro. Like, shout out to
Yeah.
my resident Georgia fan. Shout out to the University of Georgia and James Rich. What's up, James? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you,
What's
man.
up,
Thank
brother?
you for tapping in, James. I see y'all getting them recruits over there in Athens. We trying to get them too, baby. We ain't dead, right? It's gonna be Bama and Georgia, and everybody gonna be mad again, right?
Dude,
So that's just
pissed.
what it is. Jake, talk to me about Dawson Merritt, man.
Yeah, no, I really like Dawson from a standpoint of his athletic ability, right? He has great footwork. I mean, and it would make sense to, he has a similar body style to Noah. I think Noah's a little longer, right?
Longer.
As far as length, arm length, some of those things that you want off of a traditional like edge guy, right? Because on the edge, you look at it, you are looking at that body type, but what you're really also looking at is like that speed and that quickness to power, right? And Noah's very explosive. So is Dawson. Dawson is very explosive. He has his bend is really good. That's the one thing with Dawson is when you watch him, he has really good bend off the edge. So he can put his hand in the dirt, or he can step back. Which honestly, with this wolf position, you're going to see that combination, right? Of you most of the time you're going to see him standing up, which is, we compare that and we talk about Justin Hill's film, right? The other edge looking guy they're going after for this class out of Ohio. But with Dawson, man, he's already he's developed. And I think that's one of the things with him that is really impressive. On top of that, he has a really good mindset and he has a really good foundation, right? Like his dad and mom, his family in general, very close. I mean, they're really good people. I mean, his dad is defensive backs coach, Kansas City Chiefs, right?
Wow.
So he gets that. You want to talk about having an opportunity to have some football IQ, right? I think you look at Dawson from a football IQ standpoint, which is in this wolf spot you need, because it's not just
Is that you,
go
Jake?
get what's up. What's me?
Okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh,
I thought it had froze for me.
Could be my internet's all probably act all crazy. But with this wolf position, you need that versatility, right? Because you need it from a standpoint
Facts.
of you have to be able to drop off. Like you'll have a 4-down look at times. Most of the time, it will be a 3-down look. You don't. It's kind of nice because you don't know what the wolf is going to do necessarily. They can move up onto the line, show that 4-down, or they can back off a little bit. And Jay Townsend, my man, dude, good to see you.
Uncle Jay, what's up, Jay? How you
Yeah,
doing, man? Jay's good to
dude.
see you, bro. How you feeling? Thank
Yeah,
you for
man.
tapping in with us, Jay. Jay,
Freaking love it.
Alabama ain't dead. Jake is telling you about Dawson Merritt. This kid is awesome. Keep going, Jake.
Yeah.
Keep filling us in.
Yeah. So it's because when we talk about versatility too, with an edge, because the edge position is different than a defensive end position. So this wolf has to run this hybrid style position. That's where I think everyone's like, well, he has to drop in the coverage. Well, yes, he does, because it's similar to a outside linebacker playing up on the line, right? But at the same time, right, he's a hybrid linebacker defensive end, put it that way, because that's really what your edge is, especially in this defense, right? So it's interesting to combine that, because everyone wants to look at right now, and they're, and Matt, I see your comment here, is Wolf the outside linebacker, safety hybrid, or pass rushing edge? He's your pass rushing edge. He's your hybrid D end slash outside linebacker. That's considered an edge, right? Because you can come up in a stand up, or you can go hand in the dirt for a 4-down look. You can back off. There's multiple kind of different looks you can run with that, and that's why you're looking for a very specific type of player from that position. You need an athlete. If you look at your traditional outside linebackers in a 3-4 defense, because Kane Womack calls it this defense himself. It's a 3-4 nickel. He swarm D, but it's a 3-4 nickel, right? So in a 3-4, what you need from those guys, right? You obviously have your dude who plays your defensive end, right? Because you have traditionally in that, then look, you'll have 2 defensive ends, right? But with the 3-4 nickel, you can do different things with it. But with that outside linebacker, he has to be really athletic, right? And so it's a really interesting concept for how you run this defense in this position and why you need specific guys in a wolf. I mean, it's a good thing Saban left him what he left as far as the amount of depth they have at wolf. And I think you look at Dawson, he fits right in. I mean, he has really good hands. His footwork is a big one on this, right? That first step is a big one. And you can see on Dawson's film, he'll put his hand in the dirt, but he'll also line up from a standpoint of a stand-up position. So he already is getting used to that. And as I said before, with his dad being an NFL coach for as long as he's been, his dad is also right there as kind of that extra help. I mean, and get your really good football IQ to read and react fast. And Piano Man, Wendell, what's up, man? I'm gonna meet up with Wendell here soon since he's been watching him and go say what's up to him. But Piano Man, but yeah, so it's Dawson's a really good fit. There's a reason why they identified him really early. I remember seeing his film really early. He's strong. He has good form, man. He does a good job, and he's a great addition to this room. So.
Facts. When I see this kid, Jake, I watch this film, and his explosion reminds me of Noah. Him and Noah are very similar in that, like you said, Noah's a longer kid, but I've seen the athletic ability. The kid has the ability to operate in space, man, can close the distance. I've seen him playing zone. That what do you call it? That overhang linebacker. I've seen him playing that a lot. I've seen this kid have athletic ability enough to carry tight ends up the seam in coverage, to drop in coverage. Man, when you guys we have Dawson Merritt, when you have Duke Johnson, when you have Jaden Harmon, Miles Johnson, Abdul Sanders, Luke Metz, all of these kids, man, all these great linebackers, man. Alabama is really loading up on these kids that can play a lot of different things. These guys can play really, really well in space. That's what I'm noticing. It's kind of what Jake was saying. These guys, they're recruiting these kids. Me and Coach Carl Taylor, we did a video, Scheme versus Stars. These guys are really doing a great job, Jake, in recruiting linebackers to play this scheme, man. Right? We got a question from Adam. Adam says, let me get Adam right quick. Where is he? Adam says, do you think we would do more single high safety this year?
Yes.
I think, in my opinion, yes, especially in down and distance situations. I think we will definitely do a lot of single high safety with these type of linebackers. That's a good question, Adam. Lynn, the brother Lynn says, I watched some tape today of Dawson. He reminds me of a mirror image of Rashaan Evans. Athletic or disciplined, D'Amico Ryans, never out of position. I love that analogy.
It's huge.
I love that analogy, man. And that speed off the edge, standing up, first step is bonkers, right? I'm just happy that the haters are upset. What's up, Brian? How you doing? Roll Tide to the AAA. Roll Tide to all the AAA and everybody that's in here, man. Thank you guys, bro. You guys are awesome as usual. Guess what, though? We're going to see what Matt Moscano tweet out today. Let's see what he tweet out now. James, what's up, James? How you doing, bro? Yeah, they say his dad coach for the Kansas City Chiefs, defensive back coach.
Yeah,
so the kid is going to be well coached, right, Merritt? Well coached.
He's been coaching for Dave's been coaching for a while.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna be honest. I pay a lot of attention to what he says and what he does. He's a really great coach, but with him too, he's even better person. It's funny because now that you bring that up, I'll say this is one of the things I had on my Twitter. If you guys haven't seen it, I actually posted this and I pinned it to my profile because, this is what Dave said regarding, Dawson's decision, which I
Yeah.
think this is probably one of the best things I've ever seen from a dad, especially a dad who has that much influence. Because it's not like Dawson's not paying attention to what he says. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? When your dad coaching the NFL, you're paying attention. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, he's still your dad, but you definitely going to pay attention, especially when you have goals of your own. But Dave said, trust the whisper. And he said that was my message to Dawson. That was like 6 days ago. Right. And trust the whisper. That's like, what is your heart telling you? But mainly, what is God's plan for you? Right. Like from a standpoint of take a minute, because you can get caught up in so much attention, so much like wild, crazy things.
Yeah.
Especially in this recruiting right now, recruiting is like, man, it's probably the hottest I've ever seen recruiting ever in like
Yeah.
in this. I mean, it's been busy, but man, I'll tell you what, this 2025 recruiting is off the charts. But Dave, he made a really good thing. Like, hey man, trust the whisper. Like that's what he says to his son, saying like, take away, go sit for a minute, have some quiet time to yourself, and like, how do you feel? Make some evaluations, but then how do you feel? And really focus in on like what God's telling you to do. Like what's the right direction for your life based on what he wants for you, not necessarily
Yeah.
all the things you want for you. Right. So trust that whisper, trust that intuition, trust that that's him tapping you saying, this is what I want you to do. And I thought that was
Facts.
such an amazing message to say to your son when you could influence easily and go one route and say, no, this is where I think you should go based on this, and this program, and this is what it could do for you to get the NFL. No, man, you just sit there and he goes, you know what? Trust in God. He's going to direct you the right place. We're going to support you no matter what. Dude,
All facts, man. All
round of
facts.
applause as a dad,
Yeah. I couldn't have said it better, man. I tell you this. He gave the perfect analogy. The young man said when it came down to it, if I wanted to be the best, I have to compete against the best. And we're going to have the best class in the nation. So why would I go anywhere else? Right. So I love
Mhm,
kids like that. I love kids that want to come in and compete. You know, I have a couple of kids in this class, Jake,
mhm.
that haven't committed yet, but I'm really looking forward to them. I'm really looking forward to Dijon Lee's commitment, Josiah
Mhm.
Sharma, Caleb
Yeah.
Cunningham. I think Khalid Lockett, I think he might be a Texas lean, to be completely honest. Right?
Mhm.
What's up, Carla? How you doing? Roll Tide to Carla. Good to see
I don't
you in here,
know, man.
Carla. Hacker Music is in here. What's up, Hacker? How you doing, man? Um, what's up, Angelo? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Roll Tide to
What
Crimson
up?
Bass. So to have a kid to come in and keep that standard from the old Bama, I want to compete against the
Mhm.
best.
Yeah.
To me, it doesn't get any better than that, man. This kid's
100.
6'3", around 218.
Mhm.
The kid fits the scheme excellent.
Yeah.
I've heard several national recruiters, one by the name of Alan Trudeau. I think it's pronounced Trio, Treiu. I like his analysis. And he was talking about how this kid fits the 4.25 perfectly for what they want
Mhm.
him to do.
Oh yeah.
So I really love the fact that this kid came on board. The
Mhm.
recruiting right now at Alabama is outstanding. I'm really
Outstanding.
excited. Yeah, Jake, I'm excited about these linebackers, man, because Duke Johnson is a monster. Duke
Oh yeah.
Johnson is a monster. Jaden Harmon, people forget this kid is a killer off the edge, man.
Oh yeah.
Miles Johnson from right here in the state. That kid is
Mhm.
6'1", 220 pounds from TR Miller from right here
Mhm.
in Bama.
Yep.
Sanders from modern day, 6'2", 225. We can't forget Luke. Luke, man, always got a smile on his face. Luke Betts, always a smile on his face. Straight out of Mill Creek High School. The kid is an
Yeah.
absolute baller. What's up,
Yeah.
Goop Ball? How you doing, man? Goop, what's going on with you, brother? Good to see you, man. So I guess what I'm trying to say, guys, is Alabama isn't dead right now, right?
No.
I could go back and pull up a lot of tweets from these so-called talking heads, and I know it's June, right? It's early, it's June, but for Alabama to do this right now, the interest in us is still there, Jake. The interest
Yeah.
is still there. Speak to Jake. The interest in the University of Alabama, just like you said, recruiting is on fire. Why?
Mm.
Why though, Jake?
But honestly, what it comes down to for what's going on, it's funny because I actually heard another coach say this last night. So I was watching a documentary, and because I'm a big like I love history. I love learning about guys from the past. Gary, what up, dog? Good to see you, man. Hacking music,
What's
what's
up,
up?
Gary? Roll Tide,
Keith
bro.
Holcomb. Keith Holcomb. I love this dude. I love what Keith
The
says.
key.
Keith, good to see, man. Man, I tell you, it's interesting because you know who says this is actually Barry Switzer said this. Because
Yeah.
I like Barry has a unique way. I mean, he's won. Is he the only coach who's won national championship and a Super Bowl? I think from a head coaching position.
Did Jimmy
Oklahoma
Johnson?
and
Did,
Dallas
what about
Cowboys.
Jimmy? Did Jimmy win at Miami?
Yeah, Jimmy
Didn't
might have
Jimmy
been
win?
too. So he might be one of the few. He might, he
Yeah.
might be. So, but Barry was saying this about recruiting, and he goes, you know, those first years was a little rough because like we just did not have the guys that we needed to run what I wanted to run. Yeah, okay, yeah, it was Jimmy. So, but Barry says, you know, it's coaches. Yes, we install the schemes, we put guys in positions for sure. Like we motivate, we teach them. They make obviously a very large impact on recruiting. But he said, you know who really what it comes down to with recruiting? It's the players. The
Yeah.
players doing the recruiting. And what are you seeing right now? He goes, the reason we got, like Barry was saying, the reason we got in the players that we got during the time frame that we really needed to get those guys. He goes, because like this, or else I would have been on my way out. He goes,
Facts.
is the fact that the players really came together and started recruiting heavily. It's crazy, man. Like you know what's wild, right? Is you see guys like Luke Metz. Luke Metz pushing, he's recruiting, he's throwing Bama up everywhere, right? You see guys like Ryan Williams, you see Rock Montgomery, you see Jeremiah Beeman, right? You see Daniel Hill, you're seeing Jaden Harmon. I could go on and on. You see Duke Johnson, right? One though that is recruiting from a standpoint that I think is just so impressive, and he's not even there yet, is Keelan Russell.
Yeah.
And the reason I'd say that is if you haven't seen it yet, you should probably go check out 247 Sports after you're done watching us and see what they had to say about Faison Brandon. He had a conversation, Keelan Russell had a conversation with Faison Brandon, and they are now saying Faison Brandon is a lean, number one quarterback for 2026, is a lean to Alabama, where he's going to make his announcement, I believe, in August for a commitment. That would be huge. Faison Brandon was just here on an unofficial, I believe, with the guys of the official this last weekend. That goes to show you these guys, they're saying, come here, man. We want you to be a part of this. We're not so worried about like, is this guy going to take my position? If you're worried about that, wrong place to be. Probably shouldn't even be playing Power 5 football, you know? But these guys are saying, no, we want you to come here. We want to make the brotherhood strong. And as Keith, you had brought up, they're doing something, they want to make it their own. And that's the whole idea. Bama keeps a standard, but how does each class make Bama their own and maintain the standard, right? So there's the top layer, right? There's the title that stays the title for every single season. But below that, there's sub layers. And each class gets to develop and say, this is what I want Bama to be, keeping the standard together, right? And they're doing a hell of a job of that right now. I mean, I'm very impressed with what the players are doing. And I think that's what you're seeing, that energy, and why guys are coming. So
I am exceptionally ecstatic with where we're at right now. To me, it speaks to the development and the kids understand that this guy can develop me, right? I love the fact that he's still using the script A to let kids know this is still Bama. What's up, Javion? How you doing, man? Good to see you, bro. Greg Coffee, roll tide to you, Greg. How you guys doing, man? Yeah, piano man. I agree, brother. It's to me, it speaks to this coaching staff, man. I think this coaching staff has done an outstanding job, right?
Oh yeah,
You really got to
that's
understand these guys. Yeah, man, they done an outstanding job. We got to give it up to these guys. Facts, Moon Rocker. All facts, man. You know, it's about bells and whistles now. And James Richards, I don't know, man. I think we're in on the other kid.
Which one?
What's the other tackle? Not David Sanders, but the other young man.
Ty Haywood.
Ty Haywood. Yeah, I think we're in on him, right? I think Sanders was leaning toward Clemson the last time I checked. So I'll tell you this, Jake. Speak to this.
Yeah.
The coaching staff and the job they've done in such a short time, right? These guys got here in the summer,
Yeah.
back when Coach Saban left, or at the end of the football season, either way you want to look at it, end of the season, for these guys to come in and really establish themselves in a few months, and
Man.
pulling kids from Cali, pulling kids from the South, pulling
Mhm.
kids from kind of all over the country, right? That Bama brand is just as big today, and Coach DeBoer is using that as his stamp of approval. What do you think about that?
Nah, I mean that's the truth. Like the brand itself is huge, and obviously we kind of spoke a little bit to this before. And Javion, what's up, dog? How you guys doing? Anthony, how you doing? Roll Tide, brother.
Me, Roll Tide.
It's interesting, Coach, because like the brand is there, right? The standard stays the same, and Saban
Facts.
and the coaches before him, even those who maybe weren't the best or the best fit for Bama at the time frame, but really
Yeah.
the coaches before him, they've done they were able to layer a foundation, right? Bama is like a legendary school. It has stories for days on its impact on college football. Saban,
Yeah.
you look at it, right, and you say, okay, he has made it into more than just the stories from the past, but he's made it into this truly unstoppable force when he's there. Now what happens when he leaves? I think everybody's expecting Bama to return to a level where now everyone else can compete with them.
Yeah.
That was far from the truth. It in the craziest way, and I'm not saying this as a Saban was a greatest coach of all time. All my respect. Like I said, I study the coaches. I love coaching. I love mentoring. I love leadership. So I study these guys who are successful. And Jay, man, dude, that's right. Blank and full effect, baby. But
Full effect,
I,
Jay.
I tell
Facts.
you, like with Coach DeBoer, you are getting a guy who doesn't fall to the trap of pressure, because pressure can be this trap that destroys somebody. Pressure doesn't even affect him. It's just he walks right through it, right? It's a nice little smoke that comes up and it just gets out of the way. He establishes people around him who he knows believes in his philosophy, who are good people, but they're great educators and they're great
Yeah.
teachers and they're great mentors, right? And they have the energy. So he establishes a staff of like Avengers, basically, right? And he says, hey man, I'm going to step into this role. I have the confidence, I have the ability, I believe in myself, I believe in the guys that I have and that are coaching with me, to step in and follow up and continue to make something that was already what nobody thought could be topped into something again that I think I really do believe it's going to be taken to a whole nother level of success. I mean, it's wild.
Uncle Jay says, yeah, it is wild, Jake. I can't even lie, Coach. It's almost shocking to me at this point. Coach Uncle Jay says, Coach Sean and Jay Muir, Link is in full effect. Coach DeBoer and Coach Morgan and Courtney Morgan are in full effect. Uncle Jay, you are 1,000% correct as usual, man. Courtney Morgan with this recruiting personnel department, with all the bells and whistles, getting all these kids on campus, doing what they do, putting their spin on it. It's
Dude,
working. It's
beautiful.
working, guys. Yeah. I mean, what more can you say? Shout out to Tristan, the mayor of T-Town. Shout out to well-seasoned gamer. You know what I mean? All facts, PM, man. All facts. Jane Richard says, I'm surprised that Bama has continued recruiting at this pace. I'll say this, James. I
Yeah.
knew with this staff, we had an opportunity to pick right back up where we left off, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I just didn't realize it was going to be at this effect, right? Because I had been Sabanized for so long. I was so used to how the GOAT done it, bringing in a few recruits here and there, sort of penny pitching and picking off the cherry tree of which ones you want. Coach DeBoer is kind of going about it another way. He'll have 200 kids on campus at one time, and
Mm-hmm.
sort of letting these guys see how our culture is, and from that he's picking his kids.
Yep.
So you gotta respect it, man. He's doing it a different way. And honestly, guys, it's working. What's up, Patrick Trotter? How you doing, Patrick? Roll Tide to you, man.
Roll
So
Tide.
if you're a Bama fan, man, I'm utterly surprised and actually satisfied at the moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anthony Moore,
Mm-hmm.
shout out to you, man. Shout out to Lynn, of course. Shout out to Corey Lewis. Lynn says Alabama recruiting Courtney Morgan is a true mastermind behind Bama's recruiting efforts currently. Give this man his due. He is busting his butt off. You know what, Lynn? I say, and Jake, speak to this. Give that man a blank check and let's keep him here. Right?
Yeah.
For as long as he want to be, Jake. For as long as he want to be.
I'm going to be honest with you. Courtney Morgan is not going anywhere. I don't. To anybody who thinks, because he's had those offers, right, to go truly he could have gone anywhere he wanted, even after Washington's successful first season. And he had already has so many established relationships from the business that he created prior to going into this coaching / now general managing of teams. So he has a lot. I mean, Courtney Morgan is a networking king, but if you actually listen to his interview, right, and I cannot remember which one it was with, because he's done several different interviews, but in there he talks about the story of why he chooses to come to Washington from Michigan, right, after he helped Michigan establish that championship team. Those are those guys that Morgan's recruiting, right, that C Money's recruiting. And I'll tell you, he does such a phenomenal job of that relationship building. But to identify in Kalen DeBoer the type of man Kalen DeBoer was and the impact that had on Courtney Morgan, that says the genuine sincerity of not just Kalen DeBoer, but also of Courtney Morgan, to sit there and say, it's not about the money, right? And I have tried, man, I have preached this my entire life. Because for me, it's never been the case. It's not about the money, but it's about the people that you do it with, right? Because if you're enjoying and loving the guys you're around, work is not work, man. Like, yeah, some things are hard, some things are a grind, but you're enjoying, man, you're loving this, man, right? Like, that's what creates success, and to build great teams, you have to bring that mindset together, not just with the guys you're interacting with every day, right, but also with the guys like they're doing right now with the team, with the staff behind the scenes. There's a lot of other guys that we don't talk about behind the scenes that are doing amazing work, but it's all because everyone believes. And everyone's doing it for the right reasons, man. Yeah, 100.
Yeah, facts, brother. Shout out to Sean Williams. What's up, Sean? How you doing, bro? Good to see you, brother. Zachary Wilges, man, thank you, Zachary. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Coach KD is proving everyone wrong. Hey, listen, Zach, I couldn't have said it better, right? You have a lot of people, Zach, and this is just the truth, guys. Remember, man, the truth is in the details. It's the reason why the guy from LSU was attacking Alabama, attacking Keon. It's all because of his hate for Alabama, right? Even as ridiculous as he sounded. And shout out to Matt Moscano. I don't have nothing against that dude. But sometimes, brother, you let your hate for Alabama make you sound ridiculous. Even you at this point gotta be honest and tell the truth, man. Like, Bama is whipping your school's ass again, right? So let him say what he want to say, guys. Bama's doing what we do, and a lot of people are upset by this. That's a fact. Thank you, Zachary. I appreciate you, brother. Roll Tide to you, man. Thank you so very much, man.
Wild.
Jake Tristan says, I think Saban showed his hand last offseason when he tried to get Grubbs. He saw a system on the West Coast, an up-and-coming coach that was coming. I believe Saban, Greg, and Saban said all along, Tristan, we have to admit that he knew when it was getting time. Coach Saban said the one thing he wouldn't do is just hang on and so-called quote-unquote ride the program down, right? And we all know the program wasn't going down with Coach Saban at all. But to be honest, man, Coach Saban just, look, time waits for no man, right?
Right, man.
Coach Saban, Jalen Miro made a joke about it, but it's really true, guys. Coach Saban is 28 years from being 100. Right?
Crazy, man.
28 years from being 100 years old. Yeah,
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 that's so
crazy,
crazy to think
man.
about, man. Like, it
Catch
just
this one,
blows
Jake,
your mind. Yeah, what do we got?
right there.
Oh yeah, Coach
Oh,
Sean, you stole my comment. That's it, man. Do whatever it takes to keep. Yeah, we did
facts,
address that one, but I mean, it's truth.
facts,
Like, I
man.
mean, he's great, you know.
Yeah,
And with Saban too, as you were saying, like, you know, there's another comment in here that, like, you know, as we had said with Grubb, right? Like, Saban
yeah,
identified that, he knew that was a direction they needed to go. I mean, he again, one of the things that helped Saban be successful was not only, you know, his style and process and things that he'd done, but it was the people he placed around him,
yes.
especially like early on. Like, that's why you saw the Saban tree grow dramatically, right? And still in effect. And I think that's what you're seeing also right now with Kalen DeBoer. You know, like, I mean, two of his coaches just went off to the NFL, right? Like,
Yeah,
you have this big, you really are starting to see, and we're going to see it more. It's not like we're going to have these guys forever at Alabama, but one thing I have the most faith in for sure is the way Keelan DeBoer identifies talent, not just from a standpoint of recruiting, and Courtney Morgan's the same way, not just from a standpoint of recruiting, but also the personnel that they're working with that allow them to have the success that they're having. So it's impressive, man.
it's very impressive. And when you look at the kids that still could possibly come to Bama, Caleb Cunningham is a real possibility.
Oh
Dijon
yeah.
Lee is a real possibility. Josiah Sharma. Now we're knee deep with Texas, you know, neck and neck as I hear. But all these kids are real possibilities, guys. Derek Meadows is a real
Oh
possibility.
yeah.
This kid is 6'5", 200 pounds, maybe even 6'6". The kid runs a 21.7 and a 200 meters, long strider. The kids they are getting fit offensively and they fit defensively to what Coach KD loves to do. That is why and I'm gonna tell you something else, guys. It's one thing for the haters to hate, Jake. That's fine. We're used to that being Bama fans. We've been hated for years. But the guys that really know football, I mean
Hmm.
the opposing fan bases that really know football, understand what's going on. They understand that Alabama is still recruiting at a high level, and it really makes these guys bite down on their own teeth. It makes them bite down. Josh Pate said it best. What you think about that, Jake?
Well, you know what's wild is it's the truth. I think I think it's really hard, from the mental standpoint for people to go, okay, you know, we just saw this reign of champions for so long under Saban. Now we have a chance to get back after it. And then they start seeing what this, because everyone's saying the same thing, this momentum and what's going on with it, what are they doing at Bama to get
Yeah,
these guys? How are they not falling off? We're expecting them to fall off. Like, what is going on? Well, the problem is this. Well, it's not a problem for if you're a Bama fan, but for those who really want to see Bama fail, right? Is the fact that they have the people in place at University of Alabama do such a good job, from your athletic director, from the president, from all those people in administrative positions. They do such a good job,
yeah,
and really, Greg Byrne has done a phenomenal job, but of understanding and saying, you know what, I'm going to identify early on, get exactly to the core of what I know is the standard. I'm going to create my list. I'm going to listen to those who have the feedback and input, right?
yeah.
And then I'm going to make a decision, and I'm going to trust that my gut, trust the feedback input that I've got. And I know that decision is going to lead to continued success, right? He did the same thing with Nate Oates, right? So
Facts.
you are seeing somebody in a leadership position who is not scared to take a chance when everyone else is going to doubt it. He's not scared to get input and feedback. He does not make egotistical decisions. He makes
Yes.
calculated, smart decisions that allow for the continued success of a program. And those decisions are for the legend, not for him. therefore keeping the legend strong. It's a legendary program. We don't just go after anybody. Believe me, I do not think people realize how good DeBoer is going to be here. You know, like it is absolutely crazy.
Shout out to Katrina. So good to see you, Katrina. So good to see you in here. Shout out to Lisa Fitz, you, all my people in here, man. Shout out to Greg Coffee. And let me give my brother Chris Williams a shout out because he deserves it.
Chris?
Chris, what's up with you, bro? How you doing? You know, me and you go back and forth. It's all love, man. I enjoy putting belt to your ass. It's okay. You know what I mean? I enjoy you, Chris.
Yeah.
Right? You know, hang out, brother. Talk you off and stuff, man. I enjoy it because I respect that you are here because you don't have a damn choice. You're an Auburn fan. You don't have a choice but to be here. Now, yeah, Tristan, shout out to you, brother. Yeah, Jake, I agree with you 1,000%, man. Shout out to Piano Man. Get on them, Piano Man. It's like the staff is doing a great job, and I really think they're going to hold on to these kids long enough. I really do. I got faith that Coach DeBoer and these guys are going to continue to do the job that they're doing. I mean, think about Maurice Linguist was a head coach. Colin Hitchler might be one of the up and coming youngest, greatest coaches out there, man. Right?
Oh yeah.
You know, Nick Sheridan, hot coach, man. You know, and so I can't wait till the season start, bro. The topping and the cherry on top when the season start. A lot of people, just like they're quiet now. Listen, just like a lot of these haters are quiet now. They're fighting the air like Cuba Gooding Jr., like Trey. They whooping the air. They're putting belt the ass on the air right now, like Trey did in Boys in the Hood. The haters are gonna be punching the air come September, brother. Trust me on that, man. Dijon Lee, though, man. Let me speak on this kid, Jake. Talk about this kid. This kid to me is one of my favorites, brother. He's one of my favorites. And the reason why I like him, guys, is because this is not just a kid that we want. Dijon is a kid that we absolutely need. Right?
Yeah. It's funny because
this kid 6'4",
so many notes.
Yeah, man, dude. Listen, the dude is 6'4", Jake.
Yep.
I don't see corners that come out of their back pedal phase and it's on balance that's tall like that. Usually they be all off balance. Their hands are frailing. The back pedal just don't look smooth to me when they tall like that. This kid is different, Jake. And he can play. He can play, man. Let me grab this super chat real quick. Then I want you to talk to me about Dijon Lee, Jake.
You got it.
Shout out to my brother Lynn Shannonfeld. Roll Tide to Lynn, man. I only have one thing negative to say about our recruiting. I'm so used to seeing the Florida kids come to Bama, and the Florida high school speed is real. Yes, it is. Plus, I thought we had a big tight end in this class by now. Yeah, Lynn, I do agree with is Coach Saban would have nabbed at least 3 or 4 Florida kids right now. All facts. That's a fact. I hope we can still dip in Florida and steal us about 2 or 3 kids. Thank you, Lynn, for $25 super chat from my brother Lynn Shannonfeld. Roll Tide, Lynn, former player. Thank you for that, Lynn. I appreciate you more than you know, man. Hopefully we can dip into Florida, man. You know, I love the Jerry Judys, the Calvin Ridleys, the Amari Coopers. Devontae Smith said it best. Those Florida boys got good knees. You know what I'm saying? They got good knees. Talk to me about Dijon, Jay. Thank you, Lynn. Roll Tide to your friend.
Thank you, Lynn. 100%. Like that's awesome. The thing with Dijon, right, is he has everything you want today and like a cornerback, but he's also again he's big, so he's very 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 versatile, right? So you look for the physical abilities, number one, in a defensive back, and what you're looking for out of that, you're looking for quickness, acceleration, you're looking for like top speed in short areas. What they look like from in and out of their breaks. Are they physical versus the run, right? How flexible are in the hips, right? Do they maintain? This is an interesting one because a lot of people don't pay attention to this. How good are they in discipline in maintaining correct form? Because what you'll find is a lot of guys throughout their movements, you see them bouncing up and down, up and down, up and down. Well, what that's doing is that's slowing them down, right?
Yep.
And it also that's what throws them off. Instead, if you watch guys who are really, really good, they maintain, right, that 45-degree knee bend, right? Their shoulders back, but their chest over the knees, right? Especially in their back pedal or even in their turn, right? Their turn is, they have a strong whip around with their knee flipping very quickly. And they get a lot of space in that turn. Like they make up a lot of yardage in that turn instead of like, these short bursts unless they need to. And I think that's the thing with Dejan is you do see like that all those aspects in his game, hence why he's a 5-star athlete and cornerback. But what's, I think a lot of guys they've been watching with him is he's so big, they don't feel like, you're like, a guy that big shouldn't be able to move like that.
Exactly.
Well, dude, he can move. He is very aggressive coming up on the run. He's a physical guy, right? But his ability too, he has really good football IQ as far as diagnosing a play and utilizing his knowledge. Okay. No speed. What's up, man? Utilizing his knowledge to, I heard them bring this up the other night, Bama Standard, which was really good. Ty Hayes was on the other evening.
Shout out to the Bama Standard.
Yeah, it was a good one. But they had brought this up, and one of the things they had said, and I think it was, and forgive me, I think it was, is it James Williams who played defensive back? He played defensive back.
I think it's Chris.
Was it Chris? Chris Williams?
Yeah, I think so.
I can't remember. And forgive me, I'm not trying to say that. But here's the thing about him is he played defensive back at Bama, right? Now he's coaching, and the thing is he had brought up the fact that over there, modern day, they ran a lot of cover too. And what he observed was that, Dejan does a really good job in watching him of baiting the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Like coming up, showing like he's playing the under route. And then he gets back fast enough to get underneath an outside deep route, whether a corner or deep out, and baits him for the interception in one of the plays that he watched. And he said that natural ability is really impressive. And it is. I mean, you see it. And the thing is Dejan covers ground, because like a lot of ground, because he's big, right? So his stride, he's going to cover ground, and yet he's still really powerful, and he's disciplined in keeping his center of gravity low and forward. So Dejan is a special dude. I'll be interested to see, if they can continue, just because of all the talent they have everywhere, right?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, man, like I'll be interested to see if he stays at corner, or because he is big. I mean, he's over 200 pounds. So
that's a fact.
Do they keep him at corner, or does he develop into a safety? Like it's going to be real interesting to see, just because this defense, the safeties thrive. And if you have guys like, Javian Brown, right? You have Xavier Mincy, you have Mbakwe, you have all these guys who are going to continue to develop, right? And be, they're already really good. It's going to be interesting to see what, between him, like Chuck McDonald, maybe even, I don't think this is going to happen, but like a Neem offered, what if we get him? What happened? So how do we utilize that talent so we get them all right on the field, and we continue to combine and rotate? And I know, Lynn, you had a question. I didn't see. You had one up there. I didn't see what.
No, J3. What's up, No J? How you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Let's see where he at.
I see it. Lynn asked. Lynn said, "Jake, being a former DB, are you worried a little about his height at corner, or do you think he will play safety at Alabama? Because we just recruiting the most speed Alabama's ever had." So hopefully I just answered it saying what I was saying. I didn't see that. That you had asked that, but man, that's kind of what I'm getting at with his ability. Like, he covers so much ground that you put him, because we'll run a lot of middle close, right, field, middle close field coverage, right, and that's when you have a single high safety. And it'd be interesting to see how we go about that from a coverage standpoint, just because he is so good, and we do have a lot of ballers right in front of him, and you combine all that together, how do we get them all out there and everybody able to eat, right? So it's going to be fun to watch with him, man. Like, cause he could play. I mean, he can play just about anywhere. He already has the size to do it, you know.
I tell you this too, Jake.
Hmm.
Speaking from an offensive standpoint, we love the defensive backs that are bouncing up and down, off balance.
Yeah.
Can't really break down when they tackle. They just run up to you. We love coming in out of control.
Yep.
They easy to juke. They easy to get up out of there. They easy to throw off balance. So when Jake tells you guys these traits of a defensive back and the fundamentals of being sound, man, I cannot tell you how true that is. When you're a running back, you catch a DB flying up the field, out of control. For all of you that played, you love those guys.
Oh,
they
man.
so easy to get off balance. They so easy. But I tell you this, guys. Listen, Dijon, and I hope his name is Dijon. I don't want to pronounce his name wrong. Is it D1 or Dijon?
Dijon. Yeah, it's Dijon.
If we get Dijon, to me, I'll be so satisfied, bro. Because the secondary, we need bodies. We have some great young secondary guys, some exceptionally young secondary guys that I really believe here in the near future, our secondary is going to be the strength of this team. When you look and you're talking about Jalen Mbakwe, one of my favorites, Xavier Brown, Xavier Mincy, Drake Kirkpatrick Jr. When you look at all these guys who are true freshmen, man, you look at the young man we just brought in from Penn State, who's a baller, right? The young man we just brought in from Charlotte, who has some skills, man.
Yeah.
Man, we got a lot of young talent, man. I'm really excited about DeMonte Jackson. I'm really excited about all these freshmen we have that are young kids who are learning right now, along with the class we have coming in. And Dijon would do nothing but add to that greatness. Last but not least, I want to talk about Sharma. I want to talk about Josiah. Now, this is a kid that Texas is really going all in on. The Lamborghini school is pitching Lambos out the damn trees, right? At Bama, we just want you to play ball, man, and play good, and we're going to whip some ass and put some belt to some asses, right? I really hope we get Josiah Sharma. 6'5", 295, good hands. Kid explodes first step. He doesn't stand straight up. He understands leverage, Jake. When you watch his film, the kid just doesn't play off ability. You can tell he's well coached, man, right? Talk to me about Josiah, man. This is one of my favorites as well. We need him, Jake.
Josiah's a beast, and I apologize earlier from the guy from the Bama Standard who I was talking about. That was Chris James. My bad. I said Williams, and it was Chris James. Yeah, you're one. That bugs me when I mess someone's up because I want to respect what they have to say. You know what I'm saying? So it was a good observation of what he was saying. But Josiah Sharma, interesting one, right? Because Josiah was recruited really heavily by DeBoer and company over at Washington. Right. So there's a deep connection there with Josiah. And one of the things with him is as you watch him, right, he's just such a he's a big dude. I mean, this dude is kind of similar in body size, right? If not maybe just even a little bigger as London Simmons, one of the guys that we just what a comment, Moon. You got that one up on screen. That's a good one.
Facts.
Hold on,
Jake. Hold on.
Whoa there.
Wait. Moon Rocker. Boy, you crazy.
Dude. Man,
all cancers, man. God bless everybody with that thing.
Yeah,
man.
seriously.
But that cancer might be a little the worst. Definitely don't want that cancer. Moon Rocker, shout out to you, brother. Chris, I hope you're reading that because that is the belt ass comment of the night.
Whoa.
Damn. Shout out to Moon Rocker. Go ahead, Jake.
That was pretty funny. I gotta say, man.
Yes.
Moon just got famous with that one. Man, but I mean, he's a little bigger, right? 6'4". They're saying 320. He's probably between 310, 320, right? He's a big dude. And overall, like with Josiah too, is with these guys, you want to watch their pad level and how they do come out with that first step, right? What's their hand? How is their hand combat? How is their hand speed? Right. On top of that, do they stack and get off the block fast? If they're playing like a gap on or a two gap on defense, Josiah is one of those guys who kind of has built continued to grow and grow and grow. He's, again, you got to credit, because this is Courtney Morgan, this is Kalen DeBoer and staff of Washington. They see him really, really early, right? Over at Washington, and then they identify him, or that, again, they continue to bring that interest with them to Alabama. So I do feel like they're in a really good position. Granted, they're still going to, like, Washington's still recruiting him very hard with their staff. There's a few other schools. You say Texas, right? Was another one. And, you know, it's interesting, because I think for Josiah, I think with his visit, it was really important to come and see how he fit in, right, here, and what the potential is. You look at him, he is very athletic, again, very strong, and he identifies the diagnosis to play pretty quick, right? His read and react's not bad. I will say the one thing with him, with his size, is you're wanting to see and make sure that he keeps leverage when he's coming out of his stance, and he does a good job of that. Like I said, his pad level is really good when he comes off, you know, what I would say off the block, right? Like you're starting in track, right? When he comes off the block, but when he comes out of his stance, he's explosive, and it's that short area quickness, along with being able to disrupt very quick, very fast to play. So either you got one or two guys having to, or sorry, getting that double team to, you know, open up your other guys, right? It's all about that D line, especially in this defense. It's so important from a nose tackle and defensive tackle position, because you need your one technique to take up two guys. Like, two guys need to go after your one technique. So your three technique has a one-on-one matchup. And that's the whole idea of this defense, is to get them in one-on-one matchups, because you have the better athletes, right? You have more speed, you have the better athletes, right? So, and you'll win in space. I like it, man. Like, Josiah would be a great addition to this class, and then you start to feel really good. I mean, man, I'm going to feel really good about our D line. I see where they're going with this, and they're doing a great job of grabbing these core group of guys, because we are deep in some areas that they're being very, okay, this is what we want. This is the guys we want to stick with. So I would love to see Josiah added to this class.
Shout out to Coach Al Sanders. Al, it's good to see you, brother. Thank you for tapping in, man. Kenny Shell. Listen, before we get out of here, let me say this, man. When you guys see these people talking about Alabama, and Auntie Janet knows this, she be giving them hell, boy. I love it. My internet is really tripping. China is hacking me, bro. What the hell is going on with this fiber? It's tripping.
You got to, like, plug it into the modem and everything, man.
Yeah,
it makes
it
easier if you plug it into the modem. I've had to do that too, because I'm next to, like, a naval tower. So
yeah, man, I'm next to the airport, and it's just acting stupid, bro. So check this out. Let me say this before we get out of here, Jake. Thank you, Jake, for tapping in, man. Let me say a big, big, big shout out to everybody that tapped in. Much love to the AAA family, man. Much love to all the AAA family. Much love to Coach Smoot. Much love to Coach Jay. Much love to Ty Hayes. Much love to Jason. Much love to Brinsky at Sharpshooters Podcast. Much love to all the people, man, who we all tap in with one another, man. Much love to my brother Jake right here. Set the Tone, new podcast, dominating the airwaves. That's CSN with Coach Smoot. That's Around the Table Sports with Ty. That's Jan 716. That's Jay Muir with Set the Tone. That's Sharpshooters Podcast with Brinsky. That's Hall of Fame Sports with Jason. All these guys are awesome content, man. Tap in with these guys. I'm just following them, brother. I promise you. You guys have always been good to me, man. It's so good to see a lot of you, man, who I hadn't seen in a while. I get to talk football with you guys. Love that, man. I appreciate y'all, man. But before we get out of here, let me just take 5 seconds, Jake, to say a special shout out to Chris Williams. You know I can't get out of here without putting a little belt to your little ass. Now, I'll let you talk all that ridiculous mess in here, Chris, and it's okay. I understand. You're an Auburn fan. You're like the little gnat buzzing in my ear. I just, I get it. I get it, right? But let me remind you of one thing, Chris, and this is all I want you to know, my brother. You're an Auburn fan. I don't got to say too much else, right? you stay getting belt put to your ass. Y'all ain't won since Reagan been in office, right? So you have no choice. You just like Matt Moscano. You have to come in here and talk. But I appreciate you, Chris, because anytime you worry about Alabama, you watch our channels, you comment, you read our articles. You rather watch Alabama play than watch your own damn team play. You are by sheer definition an Alabama fan, right? So I love you, Chris. I love you, right? It's not your fault you're an Auburn fan, brother. You're here because you don't have a damn choice to be. Shout out to all of you. Jake, where can the people find you?
Yeah, obviously you can find me on Twitter at coach_J Mayer. Right. I don't know if anybody can throw that in the chat for me. If I do that, the chat goes weird when I'm on a different channel. But yeah, it's all capital letters at coach_J Mayer. You can also search that in YouTube. That same name, and you will find my new channel. And we're gonna start getting some content out. I know it's been a few days, but it's brand new, so there's pieces that have to all get together, and I got to learn stuff. But that's Set the Tone, Alabama and college football talk. It's a lot. We're gonna have some fun over there too, man. I'm excited to really dig this out. And there's some people, hopefully we can figure something out. Try to do maybe a call-in as well, because I like interacting with everybody, man. And obviously team up with these guys, because love my boy Coach Sean, love my boy Ty Hayes, Jay, man, Jason, Coach Smook, man. Like, it's the opportunity going with all those guys. Fanatic Sports Coach I and the Stat Guy, they talk some great ball and different subjects over there too. Unfair Sports J, the PG Show. PG does a great job with some recruiting stuff.
Yeah,
too,
shout out to PG too.
Yeah,
PG does a hell of a job for Oklahoma, man.
Yeah,
PG's another channel you guys need to tap into for sure.
Yeah, man. Dude, and Chris Griffin does a good one too.
Chris Griffin,
and he does the Horns Down podcast. Yeah, he does a good one, man. So it's a lot of fun to jump on with these different guys and talk ball, not just Alabama ball, but just talk ball in general. But obviously, for me, I have a true love for this game and a love for Bama ball. That's why you're going to hear me talk about it a lot. But it's fun to get in these different concepts of football in general and how it impacts our life on a daily basis. And I think that's the big part that I leave you with is just, think about everything you learned from the game, all the good things, all the things people have taught you, and take that moment, man, step back and listen to the whisper. And when you got questions, listen to that whisper and see where life and where God got for you, man, because I know it's going to be great. So appreciate all of you and have a lot of fun getting in here with you guys. And I appreciate Coach Sean for having me in.
Hey, man, likewise, Jake. Likewise, any of the fellas tap in anytime they want. Shout out to Coach Carl Taylor as well. A lot of great content, a lot of great coaches, man. Thank you to everybody, Belt the Ass Nation, for tapping in. Shout out to Dwight for giving that name. I appreciate you guys. You can always find me at JMHO Sports Talk. That's Twitter and YouTube. Just my humble opinion. That's all it is, man. Shout out to all you guys. Much love to you. Be blessed in everything you do, man. Everything you do. And we're going to introduce you to the third member of our podcast. And his name is the Spinning Wheel of Damn Doom. Not just Doom, Damn Doom. Shout out to Ty Hayes, man. Shout out to Ty Hayes. That's my brother who I got that from. Shout out to Coach Luke. Shout out to everybody. Much love to y'all, man.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.